Hello, I'm Barat. Welcome to my channel. Today I want to talk to you about a topic related to relationships. Relationships exist to add color to our lives, to give us happiness. But sometimes relationships can give us more distress and sadness rather than happiness. So what is the reason for this? Is the person in your life the right person? I want to talk to you about the reasons for this. Long relationships have a disadvantage. The longer the relationship goes on, the further we get away from objectively evaluating the other person. We get too used to them. Even if we experience bad things because we get too used to it, it is actually very difficult for us to somehow get away, to break up. Today I would like to talk about 6 characteristics that we encounter in these relationships if the other person is the wrong person, if you are in a wrong relationship, if you are with the wrong person. The first problem you will encounter is that you are usually the one who takes responsibility and makes effort in the relationship. Relationships, as you know, are a process that is actually formed by the mutual labor of the two parties, but if you are the one who thinks everything in this relationship, if you are the one who takes every step, if you take all the responsibility for what is good or bad, it means that there is something wrong. Often in such relationships, people, especially the one who is making the effort, can feel exhausted after a while. Another sign that you are in love with the wrong person is that you cannot plan for the future with them. When a person loves someone, when they are with them, they start dreaming with them. He includes her in his dreams. They want to build a home, have children, go on vacation, do things together in the future, and even grow old together. If you find it difficult to have such dreams about the person you love, the person you are with, if you think that he or she will not reassure you in this regard, you are probably with the wrong person. There are some people who spread a lot of negative energy around them, and if the person you are with is like that, it is obvious that you will have certain difficulties. Let's say you are with such a person. Whatever you want to do, even if you want to add something positive to your life, the reactions you will receive from the other side will generally be negative. At the same time, if this person is a bit lacking in energy, if they are exhausted, when you want to do something new, when you want to do a social activity together, when you plan it, the answer you will get from the other side will usually be no. There is also such a feature. They can be discouraging and then demotivating. For example, you are not satisfied with your job, you want to move to a new place, you want to find a new job. People with this kind of structure can behave in a way to discourage you, to demotivate you. It is seriously difficult to be with such a person and maintain a relationship. If you feel humiliated, belittled, or even oppressed in your relationship, there is something wrong in this relationship. One of the most common problems I encounter in relationships is that if one of these parties is constantly trying to make fun of the other, whether it is their physical characteristics, their behavior, their personality, if they are constantly trying to make fun of them, or if they use expressions such as, "What do you understand? What do you know about these things?" or "You are already fat, you are ugly." There is a really serious problem in this business. I think it is useful to evaluate your relationship from the beginning to the end. The romantic relationship with a person is one of the most intimate areas in our lives. We want to be comfortable in this intimate space. We want to be ourselves. But if you think that you cannot be so comfortable in your relationship, if you think that if you are like yourself, the other party will treat you differently and criticize you, then there is a problem. In relationships, when people cannot act like themselves, both a problem arises in the relationship and the person may always feel tense, unhappy, and depressed. Therefore, if you have such a problem, it is useful to pay attention to this. There is nothing as natural as having arguments in relationships, and even arguments can bring the relationship to a more mature level if they are resolved, but some couples may argue a little more than they should. It is important to pay attention to this. What is this, for example? If you are going to go to a movie, which movie to go to, which restaurant to go to, if you are going to eat, if there is a problem between you. If you start arguing from the moment you meet, and if no discussion ends without being resolved, there is a serious problem. Such arguments not only spoil the relationship, but can also affect the psychology of the people in the relationship very negatively. We have to pay attention to that. Relationships exist to bring good things into our lives. It is a beautiful thing to love someone, to fall in love with someone, but if the relationship you are in gives you more trouble than happiness, you should stop and think. All these problems we have mentioned are signs of serious problems. It is useful to try to solve them. Maybe the relationship will become much better after solving these problems, but if these problems are not solved, despite all your attempts and efforts, then it is useful to try different ways. Because really, one's job and the person one is with occupy a very important place in one's life. An unhappy relationship will affect every aspect of one's life. Thank you very much for listening. I would appreciate it if you don't forget to subscribe to my channel. See you soon.